Do it like you want to.
Ba 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 ba.
Cool.
Good.
Just perfect.
Great.
Fine. Okay.
Let's go.
You know what I noticed actually before we started recording is that I was kind of like running through a question and I was reading it to myself.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of mouthing it like that. And I was noticing that when I was doing that, I could hear my teeth kind of clanking together when they would touch. Just on certain words, I would feel just like my back teeth just kind of click together. And I was like, that's kind of annoying. And then I was like, well, it's a good thing when I talk, my voice kind of drowns that out so I don't ever hear it. But no, I can hear it when I talk too.
Oh.
It's just one of those things like, hey, don't think about your breathing or you blinking or anything like that. And now I'm like very super aware of it when I talk.
Great. Quick question.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you burden me with this knowledge?
Because I have to deal with it.
Why would you?
Because now I'm thinking about it and I want to...
No, this isn't a thing where it's like a burden shared is a burden halved. Like this is a burden doubled now.
It brings us closer together. We can hear our...
Great.
Can you hear it when you talk?
I don't know, because now I'm trying to not let them touch consciously actually now.
Well, your teeth are so... Yeah, we both just start talking like this on the show.
What?
Yeah, hey, welcome to the show. I really don't want my teeth to talk because every time I do, it gives me anxiety. Your teeth are too broken, busted, and bruised to ever touch.
Yeah, they are pointing in several different directions.
You have 9 teeth and they're all shooting in different directions.
I'll have you know that I've got one more teeth than is recommended.
Oh yeah, you have an extra tooth.
I've got too many.
It's growing out of the side of your neck. It's at the bottom of your foot.
It's growing out of the roof of my mouth. It's true.
It is. Yes. It's really cute.
Thank you.
It feels funny. That's the only way I can describe that in a PG way. That tooth feels funny to me. Sometimes it doesn't feel great, but sometimes it feels incredible.
Hilarious.
Welcome to Space in Between. My name is Mitch.
My name is Billy. I'm trying the hardest not let my teeth touch during this episode now, so thanks for that.
So
sorry if I sound slurred during this.
This is an email reading. Mm-hmm. A pickle picking.
Yes.
A conundrum contemplating.
Oh my god.
What the fuck am I doing?
It's going through the whole alphabet.
Deceptive. What's word for question? Like a problem that we're having. Disgusting, dirty delirium.
Oh my god.
Of a podcast where we answer your submitted questions and we try our hardest to not give good advice.
Yeah. I was really hoping you were going to carry that on and do like the whole episode like a kind of Rumpelstiltskin character. Yeah.
Yeah. What's that thing where you talk in a repeated letter? Like, what's that called? I know you know the name of it.
Alliteration.
Alliteration. My little fucking bookworm over here. It's an alliteration. So that's great.
Yes.
Why don't you try cracking open a beer one time?
I'm just cleaning my glasses and pushing them up my nose, if you can imagine.
That's actually an alliteration. I like that. I'll use that sometimes in writing when I'm songwriting. I'm a songwriter, by the way.
There's like a little hack that you can use.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is sometimes you can make the words rhyme too.
Uh-huh. I'll try that. A lot of flat sound songs don't rhyme. Have you noticed that? Some do.
Yeah.
But as a curveball, some don't.
Well, hey. He switches it up.
I'll switch it up entirely. Some of them don't have words at all, so they can't rhyme. Any more questions about...
Some have criticized you for that.
Yeah, I know. I got that comment on my website recently. Actually, just the other... right before we started recording, I was like, hold on, I want to get back to this. Because someone very politely was like, hey, I don't mean this in like any kind of way, but like, will you ever release an album that isn't just instrumental?
That isn't just unbearably long noises.
Yeah, I don't like the, 30-minute... interludes, drones. No, they didn't say that. They were like, I love your work, but, are you going to do an album like Hummingbird? And for anyone else that's wondering that, yes, I will. Mm-hmm. I'm very glad that people are even clamoring Would you call it that? They're clamoring.
No.
Oh well,
They're asking politely.
Well, one was clamoring a bit. They couldn't hold themselves back from leaving a comment on my website. That's clamoring. Why can't it be clamoring?
It's begging almost, actually.
Didn't you have a plug before we get into the show?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I did. Well, actually, it's the same plug as last week, but I'm just here to remind you all because I still have a print sale going on that is to benefit LGBTQIA people of African and other Black, Asian, and minority ethnic communities in the UK, and I'm still running that print sale till Friday. Actually, we have raised a good little amount of money so far, like way more than I would have been able to give by myself.
Which is great.
I'm very pleased with that. I am very, very pleased with it. But it is going on for the most of the rest of this week still. So if you wanted to get one, you have until Friday, and I would like to see us maybe we can double the number. That would be cool.
Do it. Let's double it. Let's double it.
Let's see if we can do that again this week.
And
because
these, and I'm sorry, I completely cut you off. I just get into the first question. And our first email. You don't say where they can get it or anything. I was just gonna say, the 100% of the profit goes toward this thing. You're getting nothing, and
yeah,
I have to reiterate how good of a quality this photo and the print is.
Oh, thank you.
It's very good. It's really, really good. And you were explaining to me, you know, exactly how it goes into that. We were talking about it the last episode, but it's not a normal photo print. Or no, it is a normal photo print, but it's not just a print like you would print
out of a printer.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, exactly.
No, this is a chemically made actual like photographic print. Yes.
I don't understand that shit at all, but that's cool.
Yeah,
they'll like project the image onto the thing, and that's how it makes it.
Yeah, and they process it for a load of chemicals, pick it up to dry, bang, send it out to you.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah, the picture is from my latest zine, actually, which my patrons can see on Patreon.
You get one plug.
But I get one plug. But I'm just saying it's from my latest zine. It's from my latest zine. That's all I'm saying. But it is a beautiful photo. It's shot on film. It was hand developed by me. It will be printed by a professional art print shop and sent straight to you with 100% of the profits going to this very good organization called African Rainbow Family. So I would love to raise a little bit more money before that ends on Friday. So you can go to my shop, which is just blossom.org/shop, blsm.org/shop.
You heard it from the mouth of the horse.
From the gift in the mouth of the horse theirself.
The gift of the gab from the mouth of the horse. You've heard it here first. Folks, you can get a beautiful print. Please consider doing that. Again, blssm.org and click shop, right?
Yep.
Boom. Good. Check it out.
Cool. All right. Now we can get to the episode proper.
Nice.
Do
you want to, I don't know, not.
You want to fuck off?
You want to just talk. We don't talk enough, you know? You're always like, oh, let's get to work. Let's get to what? Like, how have you been?
You say this like we haven't been on the phone for about 4 fucking hours before
prior to this happening. Yeah. How's Billy? You know? I understand
procrastinating so long.
How the photographer is. I understand how the podcaster is. How's Billy the person?
Oh, Billy the Enigma.
Yeah. You start crying. First time anyone's asked you that in months.
Oh my God.
Finally. I actually had kind of a rough week. The first question.
Yes.
Is called, this is a doozy. And I do like it, and I'm proud to be the one that has to read it.
It's a strong start.
It's a great start. Let's see if I can do it. It's called BF/GF Water Sports Gone Wrong, Gone Sexual, Not Clickbait. And it goes, oh, I can't do this. Okay. It goes, what is up, gamers? It's your boy, this person's name, coming at you live via the voice of Bilchel and or Milchi for a wacky story time about pee-pee. Suit up, grab your jacks, and let's jack into it.
Amazing.
My girlfriend's been with her family since March because of Rona, but she's finally back in town the last Wednesday. As you can imagine, being horny college students, we very quickly hopped into the shower to freshen up and catch up on lost time, which is where our pickle begins. We were still in the perfectly wholesome freshen up phase of the shower when I decided that it'd be sort of funny to piss on her leg while her eyes were closed when she washed her hair. You're right, that is funny. What I was hoping for was her feeling it, opening her eyes, seeing me tinkling on her toes, and laughing. What I got was her feeling it, thinking it was a spider crawling on her foot, then screaming, flinging her foot forward, and breaking 2 of her toes on the bathtub wall. That's all bad enough, but what's worse is that I really want to apologize to her, but I have no idea if she knows that it wasn't actually a spider. She's always been the type of person who gets pissy when she gets injured. So I can't tell if her being touchy and not wanting to talk about it for the past week is her being mad. Is her being mad that she got hurt in general, or if it's her being mad at me specifically. Either way, I know her well enough to know that she'll find it funny in the long run, so there's no risk of a huge relationship ending fight or whatever. What do you think I should do, though? As I write this, it's been 3 days since it happened, and we haven't really talked about it in any detail outside of basic first aid stuff. Should I come clean now, or do I take my chances on her not knowing and hold out until more time has passed before telling her that I weed on her while her guard was down? That's all for now, gamers. Don't forget to change your passwords regularly and pee after sex. Signed, this person's name. Love you guys.
I do remember to do one of those things, but I won't reveal which one.
Which one are you more susceptible to? Is it being hacked or UTIs?
Is it infections in your computer or your body?
Hey. So this is an all-star email.
This is a fucking doozy of an
We
email.
need to start giving like actual awards to like not awards, but like a gold star to all-star emails. This is an all-star email, and it gets. Yeah. I'm gonna put a round of applause right here, and we're gonna join in right now. Hey, this is an all-star email. We loved it so much. This is so fun to read. Anyway,
thank you.
You're a woman beater.
Oh, God.
I think.
Oh, Jesus.
You've abused your girl.
I think you need to hand yourself into the authorities.
I think you need to turn yourself in. Mm-hmm. I've never broken Billy's toes.
Personally speaking.
No, this is tragic. This sucks. It's obviously very, very funny. I love certain parts of this email where he's just like, she's always been the type of person who gets pissy when she gets injured. So I can't tell if her being touchy now is, because of me or because of it.
Right.
He's like, if that's not bad enough, then this or that,
Mm-hmm.
But what they're essentially saying is, if that's not bad enough, that being her breaking 2 of her toes, what's bad enough
is pretty fucking bad.
Is I don't know if she's mad at me.
So this sucks for me.
What's even worse is the guilt of doing something like this.
In fact, I'd argue maybe the guilt hurts worse than the toes.
Who's to
maybe.
know? I'm not
Some
feeling.
may say.
I'm not feeling her pain. She's not feeling mine. I don't know if one's worse than the other.
Who's to say which is more valid?
Who am I to decide?
2 broken toes hit up against the wall of a shower,
a bathtub because I pissed on her as a prank.
Fuck. Oh, my inner pain.
We don't pee in the shower around one another.
That's a lie.
Well, I've done it, but I'm really self-conscious because you had mentioned that it smelled like piss in there.
It smelled so smelly.
I'm not going to apologize for taking my vitamins, okay? Yeah, I have putrid Gatorade piss. Of course, it's neon yellow and glowing.
I'm a gamer. Sorry.
It's glowing so much in the yellow range that it's starting to turn orange, and it's because of all the vitamin C I consume. And I'm pissing it all out, okay?
It just comes straight out as that, what's that vitamin C drink that you have sometimes?
Emergency.
Yeah, it comes out as emergency.
Yeah, fizzy and all.
Blackberry flavor, actually, though.
Oh. Yeah, the blackberry acai flavor or whatever it's called. No, blueberry acai.
Just a dark red.
It's just purple, really. As purple as the cock it left.
Oh my God.
It's like, you're very sick. You can't.
There's something wrong.
Yeah, there was that time kind of recently, actually, where I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna piss. Just so you just let you know I'm gonna pee. And I was hoping it wasn't gonna be a vitamin pee, but the fate was not on my side, and it
what you actually
was.
said is you finished and you were like, good, that didn't really smell of anything. And I was like, it all came over here.
Yeah, it smelled like like hot, steamy piss where I'm standing, Mitch.
I was in the steam stream.
Yeah, I didn't get any of it. I guess that's what makes me lucky.
Anyway, enough about that. We're not in the habit of doing this, though.
No,
but it
I
sounds
couldn't
like they're not in
imagine
the
pissing on
habit
your
of doing
foot.
it either. They did it like for a little joke.
I feel like if you think it's okay to piss on someone's foot in the shower, you've done it before. You sort of pissed on them in the shower before, you know? That's not me joking. That's me being serious. I
know. Yeah.
I feel like I would never just like pee
that out
on
of the
you.
blue.
Yeah, out of the blue. Well, I don't know. Maybe I would to you. You know. But when I'm showering with someone else, I would never pee on them. Unless that's the reason we're in the shower. In which case, of course, I'm peeing on them.
Unless they'd ask.
How else do I get my money's worth? No, I would never pee on you in the shower.
Okay. That's good to know because now I know if I feel anything on my foot, it will be a spider.
Yeah.
And I will fling my whole body out of it and break several bones. Yeah.
It's a glass shower, too. It has that glass stand-up show. You just kick through the shower door, shatters it.
Action movie style.
That terrifying moment when you think that, like, you feel like a rat on your foot or something. It's actually just me, just me shitting on your foot.
Oh, my God. I unfortunately know what stepping on a rat feels like. I've unfortunately stepped on a rat
You
before.
have stepped on a rat. We have footage of it.
Yeah. It's on Twitter. If anyone wants to search my name in the word rat, I'm sure it will come up.
Weirdly, a lot of other stuff comes up. Like you being a rat bastard, a rat liar, just looking and feeling and sort of smelling like a rat.
Specifically acting like a rat.
To your closest family and friends, you're kind of just like a little rat of a girl.
Little rodent man. Yes. Anyway, if this had happened to us.
All right, advice. We're not just here to.
If you had broken my toes.
Would you want to know? At the exact same time.
Did we both refuse to answer?
You tell me.
No, you first. I asked first.
For when
I'm going to base my answer off your answer.
That's what I always do. Would you want to know?
Yes, I would want to know.
Of course. I don't know why I didn't even ask that. Anyone would want to know. Would I tell you? Yeah.
I think that we would do it in such a way that we would find it funny. Like I would like some comic relief to go with my bad injury.
Right.
You know? I mean, you as a you've had a recent foot injury. Maybe you can relate on that level.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. If you told me like I put the palm frond there, I'd be like, you fuck. Because that was a bad injury, you know?
You rat bastard.
You little... No wonder
It's
everyone
true what
calls
they
you
say
a
on
little
Twitter.
rodent man. You truly are a little fucking rodent.
You really are a rat.
You're one of those rats that lives in my orange trees.
I loved seeing that rat in your orange tree.
We've seen many more since then.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's been... It's full
It's
of
an
rats.
infestation.
I haven't talked about it on the show. There's an orange tree in my backyard that's just fucking rat zone, baby. It's so many rats.
They're all hanging off of it like fruits.
Alex is outside like smoking at night. Sometimes he could just hear them and he's like, holy fuck, that tree is infested. How does a tree get infested with rats?
You see all the leaves kind of swaying around, but you realize like there's no breeze. You know, it's just the rats all moving at once.
You see the silhouette and there's actually no leaves on the tree. They're all rats.
It's a rat king with all their tails
What?
tangled together.
All tangled up in my tree. I go to pick an orange and it's horrifying.
Oh, we're getting way off track. We're getting so off track.
Yes, I would tell you.
Okay, that's good to know. Do you think this person should tell...
This late in the game?
When they sent... Okay, they sent us this email about a week ago.
Oh, yeah, 8 days ago. You gotta do it.
I think maybe this is the perfect time because the wound's not too fresh.
Maybe just show them this podcast episode.
Yeah, maybe her toe bones starting to set again, perhaps. You know, the limp's getting a little better. So.
Right. Maybe they're just in the perfect headspace to like listen to a podcast about it. So yeah, show her the episode, recommend her the podcast while you're at it. Probably just send it in a group chat to her plus like most people that you know. Said
Most
you
of
should
them,
check out this
yeah.
episode. It's really funny. It actually has to do with my life. That's gonna. But then you want to get sort of the jokes that they're making before. So before you listen to the episode, just listen to the 5 prior to that. Run through them. They're easy. They're quick. They're 45 minutes to an hour long.
Don't forget to like rate and review them on
Right,
iTunes,
of course,
obviously.
of course, so that we know that you like it. We know that that you're on the right track. And if you could infer, not like in a forceful kind of a plug way, but just sneak in like new episodes every Monday. that would be fun.
As the cherry on top.
Yeah, new episodes every Monday.
Piece de resistance.
No, if you showed her this podcast episode, maybe she'd really like it.
But we have done it anonymously, so they might think it's someone else who broke their toe in the shower after feeling a spider
on them, and then also being in the shower with their partner after not
3 months.
Months of not seeing them. They've been with their family since March because of Rona, and then on a Wednesday, they got back into town on a Wednesday. And being horny college students, this could be anybody. This happened to me
anyone.
2 weeks ago.
It's very vague. Yeah. It's a common occurrence. Yeah. So just make sure you tell them that it's you.
Right.
All right. I love that email.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sending it to us.
I'm sorry we literally had no advice other than like, tell them or don't. Fucking, I don't care. Why are you
I guess our advice
is
like, don't pee on people as a surprise.
Yeah.
So much. But you've probably learned that lesson already, I assume.
Or how about this, macho? How about stop hurting your girl? Huh?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Which is about to square up.
When she least expects it. When her guard, in your own words, when her guard was down. So, I don't really know what to fucking. I don't know why you're telling me any of this.
This is terrible. That this is actually terrible. Like, I feel so bad for this person. That's like going to like tickle someone.
I know, and they like bump their head really hard and like need stitches or something. Yeah, it makes you feel terrible.
It's like, oh my god, I was just trying to be
so bad. Yeah.
Oh this was god.
You think they like continued to like have sex after?
No.
Broken foot sex?
I would. There's too much pain, surely.
Not consistently. Half hour later.
Bones heal that quickly, right? Already bones.
This is me begging you for sex, like half hour after you just receive a big injury. Yeah. So you're laying up in the hospital bed, and I'm just like a quick.
It might be a nice distraction.
It could help you. Okay, fuck. The bed is right. You just have to fucking. Okay, fine. We won't.
Okay, good. Shall we do our next question?
What's the timestamp? What do we got?
23.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Time flies when you're accusing others of horrible things.
Crimes, in fact.
Punishable crimes. Yeah, go for it. You're reading it?
Okay. I'm reading it. It's what we agreed, and I'm sticking to it. This one is called I'm Afraid. And it goes, Dear all the space pods, spaceship emoji, shooting star emoji. Please help. I have a very slimy little pickle that's itching to be nibbled at and I need your help. So, I work as a cashier at a very popular drugstore and I've been working there long enough to know who our regulars are and when they come in. A couple of days ago, when it was late at night near closing time, a regular comes in to buy some candy. After I finish ringing out his items, he slips me a piece of yellow paper with his number written on it, then says, Don't want to bother you while you're at work. Curiously, I decided to message him that night. I find out that he's super into me and that he wants to hang out with me. At this point, I lost all interest in him. But me being riddled with social anxiety, I am dearly afraid of confrontation and don't know how to say no. Please help. He's coming into my work tonight to visit me and I can't tell him not to because he's been a regular there longer than I have worked there. What do? P.S. Love the pod and have been a fan since day one. Also would love an automatic response if possible. Jacking out now. This person's name.
I'm not seeing an automatic response. Oh, I'm still on the old email. Fuck, I don't know where I am.
There is an automatic response to this email. This email, which is about someone getting a phone number and blah, blah, blah.
I see them now.
The automatic response is, What is your phone number?
The 3 automatic responses are love it, will do, and what is your phone number?
What is your phone
You
number?
gotta click that one. I can't click it because it'd be weird, but you gotta click it.
I have to click it.
This person's getting an automatic response. So two funny things about this is that this person wrote this email back in May. So lots of time has passed, and then they'll just get like a random email months later that just says, "What is your phone number?"
What's your phone number?
From a podcast.
And even if the show's come out by then, they'll have to listen 25 minutes deep to know that we've even answered that thing, and we're not just being fucking weird.
We're not just being weird. Please know this was your automatic response. This was the automated one.
I'm going to put, what is your phone number? And then underneath, I'm going to put auto response. So they know.
You're being extra safe about it.
This is an auto response. Please do not give us your phone number. I don't want it. I don't want it. Send. I love the idea of them writing and being like, listen, I got myself into this really uncomfortable situation. I'm texting someone I don't really want to be texting. Please help. And we're just like, so can I get that number?
What is it, though? Yeah.
We do the same thing.
You sound cute. You work at a very popular drugstore? How popular? Is it near me? I start checking every CVS.
Is there a branch?
Yeah, every CVS and Rite Aid near me. Though I know nothing.
Just hanging out after people's shifts.
Screaming their first
handing
name.
them scraps of yellow paper.
Screaming their first name, see if anyone turns their head. I knew it.
Anyway, as we said, this email is about a month old now, so they have unfortunately been kidnapped. So rest in peace. That's real sad.
Yeah.
But we're gonna answer it in case anyone else is in a similar situation.
Yeah,
I guess.
Rip to this person, but yeah, life works in funny ways.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
No, this person's fine. Let's put that energy into the world, man. Come on, people get kidnapped all the time. That's terrifying.
No, they're fine.
Could you hear me knocking on wood just then?
I could.
What does that sound like? Is that cool?
Pretty cool.
Everyone's like dogs that's listening to this show are going nuts right now. Hey, who's that? Who's that?
Who's that?
Who's Huh? You want to go for a walk? Huh? They're like, you're pissing off my dogs so much. I know, stop.
Everyone's dogs are going wild. Everyone who's into puppy play is going even
wilder, harder, yeah.
Even just wiling out completely.
Even harder than the dogs themselves. So we're going to give some quick and dirty advice about how to fade away.
It sounds good.
Because that's my advice, right? Like, you just got to fade away from this thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully by now they've already done it.
Hopefully.
They're like in a serious relationship with this person. They came around. They had one date. It went great.
That's my husband you're talking
That's the father of my children.
Had a child.
I've had multiple childs.
Multiple childs.
In a 1.5 month span, yeah. 8 weeks later, they're just, yeah.
Oh, this is the kind of question that, like, I hate to have to give advice to, but because I wish it just wouldn't happen. I wish customers would not just give people's numbers and then be like, hey, I really fancy you. Anyway, see you at your place of work on a regular basis.
Right, see you where you can't escape.
Right, and you have to be friendly towards me because I'm a customer, kind of thing. Like, ugh, but it happens so often. Like, I've heard this kind of thing happen like a lot to pretty much any girl I know who works in retail. I think.
Yeah, it also happens to Alex just from working at Starbucks. That's 2 Alex references this episode. Can I hit a third?
We'll see in the next question.
We'll see if I could shoehorn my roommate into this podcast anymore. I should have a little tally. If you hear this sound, I'm gonna edit a sound in there. Then you'll know I referenced Alex.
It's a little sound clip of Alex.
He's like, "What are you doing?" That's his. Get that microphone away from me. It happens to Alex too at work. He works at a popular coffee establishment called Starbucks.
Not saying the name and then just saying the name. And then being like, fuck it, there are a million of them.
Yeah. I could give you like the exact street it's on and it wouldn't matter. There's 40 of them, you know? But yeah, it happens to a lot of people. Obviously happens to girls a lot more. This is like a dangerous combination because men are creepy and customers are entitled. You mix the two.
Yeah.
You mix the two into one. It just becomes a mutant, you know?
Yeah. It's a real bad brew. So your advice is like the advice we want to give is just ideally you wouldn't have to fade away from this awkward thing, but here you are. So I think that's probably the most straightforward thing that is going to happen is that you're going to have to start just fading away.
Yeah, it completely sucks to say because you really shouldn't have to, but you shouldn't leave it up to. I mean, you. How can I say this? I'd love you to be able to, but realistically, you can't leave it up to somebody like that to pick up on like subtle hints of you not being interested. So you have to make them just a little bit more not subtle, like stop replying very often. Go several hours in between responses, give short responses, and God, all the advice I can give, it makes me so sad because it's. Like, it ties back into being like, I know a lot of my friends will just, like, pretend to have a boyfriend and bring him up subtly so that maybe he'll back off. But then I hate that men are in this place where they're like, oh, yeah, well, then I respect that. I'll back off a little bit because he respects the guy more than this girl's comfort.
This imaginary guy.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
It's bad. It's not good.
But if they work and it then maybe in a pinch, it'll just kind of... it just kind of vocalizes like, hey, I'm not really in the market for seeing anybody right now.
There's like no good answer to that thing though, because like one time I was walking down the road, this guy starts walking with me, which is a thing that men do that I fucking hate.
Cool. Who?
But,
yeah, sorry. Who was it?
Wait, sorry, where was this?
Yeah.
When was this?
This is. Oh, I'm sorry. My ears are ringing. What was your ex? Is that what you said? So you're walking down the street with your ex.
That's how I met my boyfriend, yeah.
Right.
He was one of those weird men that just starts walking with you. And I was like, fuck it. Relationship.
One of those men that shouted a homophobic slur at you on the bus.
Oh, God.
Turned out to be kind of a nice guy.
It worked. Fuck it. They're kind of a meet cute, you know? No, I was walking down the street and the guy starts walking with me as I fucking do sometimes, which I hate. But
especially British men. I can't imagine that.
He was also like, he was kind of cute, but I was just like not interested at all.
He was what?
But
sorry. My ears started ringing and my stomach flipped.
My eyes went black.
He was cubed? Cubed, is that what you said? That doesn't make any sense. He was cute. He was a square? Oh, that's funny.
That's funny.
He was like a square, like a weenie.
Like a nerd.
He was a nerd, okay. Like an unattractive nerd. Continue with the story.
Anyway, he asks me, he goes, so, are you seeing someone? And I was like, right. You can't say no, even though at the time the answer was no. But I was like, you can't say no. Because if I say no, that's going to be like, I'm open for something.
He accepts it as like an invitation because he's insane.
Yeah. So I say, I am seeing someone. And then he says, do you cheat on him? And I said,
I pop up out of nowhere to answer the question, Billy. It's a valid question, actually.
This is going to illustrate. So he says, are you seeing someone? And I say, yeah, I am actually. And he says, do you cheat on him? And I say, no, I don't cheat on him. And he goes, you should cheat on him. And so then out of desperation, I change the gender of my pretend partner. I go, actually, it's not him. It's a girl. I'm gay actually, which is only, that's half of the truth. Mm-hmm. And so then he's just like, oh, you never been with a guy? And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, geez.
This is another double bind. Because if you say yes, then he's like, let me be the guy. And so I said, no, I've been with guys before. So he just goes, yeah, not me though. So I'm like, why are you asking me any of these questions? Why
It's
are you
a
asking me
trick.
any of these questions? Because
Every
they all
turn.
lead to the same place.
I know.
It doesn't matter what I answer to any of them. I've been strategically trying to lead away from this the whole time, but every single road leads to, will you fuck me?
Right.
Despite all the answers saying, probably not, mate.
Yeah, it's like you take a left and he's there. You know, he's already
blocking
he's
me
just
off at
right
every
there.
fucking exit.
That's crazy.
I know. So it's just just one conversation that illustrated that like there's no fucking way out of these these things. Sometimes you just gotta say goodbye.
We joke about it. It saddens me though. That really is just like does that work?
I have no fucking idea.
Do you think he approaches a girl and then they're just like, yeah, I have a boyfriend.
Right, it's like,
You should cheat on him. Yeah.
Why did you ask then? Why do you care?
Yeah,
if
you don't care then.
What the fuck? Why did you ask?
Like, does that path lead to her then cheating on her boyfriend with just some random street Londoner?
Some random road man. I don't know.
Like, where would you even fuck? Like, the next
behind
street
the
over?
Shop, I guess. Like, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It seems really weird.
Yeah. Yeah. But so it was weird that I ended up dating him for 2 years.
Yeah, I know, but that's the part I don't like the most, probably. Like, if I'm being honest, like, the part that hurts the most is that, yeah, he kind of stood in the way of us getting together for, like, 8 months, I believe it was, because you didn't want to, like, leave him. Or you were still kind of like, there was that in-between phase where there was him and then there was me. Yeah,
I was kind of hung up, yeah.
He hasn't called lately, has he? He's like, no, but he did start walking next to me last time I was out. You and I are on a walk. He pulls up next to you, I go, oh shit. Starts asking all the same questions.
Oh, fuck.
Do you cheat on him? And I'm just like checking my phone nervously.
Pulling your collar.
Oh shit. It's him. It's the guy.
It's that guy.
Fuck.
Anyway, just a little story to illustrate how hopeless the situation is sometimes.
Anyway, yeah. My actual advice would just be like, hope that he gets the hint after hinting at it a little bit, after just kind of, and then after a certain point, you're gonna have to have that uncomfortable conversation. Also, men are scary, so that's kind of weird. But men don't deal with rejection well. By the vast majority of them is just horrible. So I don't know. I could say all this. I say all this really negative shit about men all the time. I used to get called out about it a whole bunch online. But just know that I don't ever really talk about it anymore. Know that those feelings have not been changed. I feel just as much, if not more, of those same opinions. I'm just never really posting online, and I'm not really talking about anything ever. I'm still feeling that all of the time. And I know that. I know that to be true because I'm a guy. And because I was conditioned and raised to be a piece of shit. And only through literal therapy have I corrected that. Like, and I know most men aren't going through that same fucking process.
No, of course not.
A good example would be, do you remember, without giving any crazy detail, and this isn't like terrible, obviously, but just like in a vague sense, how I was in a relationship within the first year of us being together versus when I spoke to my therapist and said, I'd like to work on these aspects of myself to become a better partner now that I'm getting older.
Yes.
And you felt the change, right?
Yeah, it was a perceptible shift.
And it's this, I just wish people would work on themselves.
Yeah,
I really wish that they would, because men,
But that takes being like, there's something to improve. And most people want to be like, no, there's nothing to improve. I'm good. I'm fine.
Obviously, I was never a person that just walked up, to someone being like, hey, what's up? You got a guy? You cheat on him? Yeah. That's so insane. That's insane to me. I can't believe men do that. Like, it's crazy. But
I know.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I hold that opinion, and that's sort of my default. I think I always default at like, men are bad unless they prove otherwise.
Yeah, This is a good standpoint to be at. That's what I generally, would go for too.
And that's not to say many men haven't proven otherwise to me. Lots have, but
Yeah.
lots and fucking lots haven't, and that's why it's the default, you know.
Yeah. That's the assumption.
So, do we have actual advice here?
My actual advice would be to appear to be very, very, very busy all the time. You know, like I don't know if you're still texting this person or not. You might have started fading away already, but just, you know, like was said before, not responding for lots of time. But then, like, when you do respond, to be like, wow, sorry, really swamped with. You can even make up some shit that this person doesn't know your life. Just be like, oh, I've got schoolwork, or I've got family stuff, blah blah blah. They're not to know. It's fine. So my advice is lie. But I do think that's fine in this situation.
Are you a little bit concerned that they're sort of leaving it open to say, like, oh, well, then when they're less busy with schoolwork, then I'm in?
Oh, I don't know. But I was gonna say, like, when you're at work, also be very busy. Just be like, you know, rearranging things, just doing like, you know, always looking at something else and just being like, oh, sorry, I'm really just here to work. You know?
Be super busy at work, and then I would say be like generally like unresponsive and kind of like disinterested in text. And all you can hope is that they'll get the hint.
Yes.
And if they don't, then it might be time to. I mean, it's your thing. You can do it however you want. You be like, hey, actually, I just started seeing someone. Sorry if that blah blah blah. So I'm actually not in the not trying to do anything right now. You could lie about that. You can actually start seeing someone. I'm sure you're.
just to spite them.
The hottest little thing at a very popular drugstore. Or you can just have a regular, you know, you could turn them down and just be like, I'm actually just not really interested in pursuing anything like this. I'm so sorry.
That also works. Sometimes that works.
Sometimes
and
that does
if none
work.
of that works, email back. I'll have a word.
We will have many words with this person. You have their number. Give it to us.
I'm going to leave them alone. Who is this? Oh, just a popular podcaster. They think I'm Joe Rogan.
Oh my God, Joe.
They think I'm an MMA fighter, so they leave you alone.
Oh yeah, I won't. And we're like, wow, we're so powerful when they thought it was Joe Rogan all along. Let's burn through the last question as quick as possible.
Okay.
Because we're at the very tail end of this episode.
We are. There's a quick little question.
Oh, it's me. I didn't know that. Let me go to it. Okay, this is just a little question that came in yesterday. And it says, building a business from nothing, a check-in. And it goes, Dearest Peter and Piper, I'm currently in fart school. Nice. Taking a course on marketing and selling art. Basically, it's all about using print-on-demand, fulfillment services, social media, website building, advertising, etc. Overall, my very brain-melting stuff. But anyways, I remember a few weeks back, you two mentioned that you were each trying to start a business from nothing. And I'm super curious as to whether or not there are any updates, as I'm going to be in a very similar boat in the near future. That's all. Jacking out, and then... And with no exaggeration, the best email sign-out we've ever received.
Yes.
I don't think I'll describe it after the fact, but just for the people who want to be as surprised as I am who are watching the YouTube video, get ready because I'm going to put what they put in their sign-out right here. There he is.
There he is.
You want to describe this?
A little audio description. This is a GIF, an animated GIF of our good friend, our best friend, our lover in some cases, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
And he's kind of a Pride Edition Sonic the Hedgehog. He's completely rainbowed. And he's doing... Is this the Running Man?
Is this the Running Man? I don't think it is.
Is this a variation on the Running Man?
I don't know.
He's doing a little dance.
He's doing a little dance. A little jig.
He's Sonic, he's gay, he's dancing, and I support it.
He's Sonic, gay, dancing, and he's going away right now.
And he's so valid, and I love him.
And
I've saved
doing
him
great.
to my desktop.
I saved him to my desktop, and not just because I need to put him in the video later. I've already saved him.
Like it was an immediate save for me. I was like, I need
We
this.
both
And I can't
saved
believe I've
him.
never seen it before. So thank you so much for this precious gift.
We're gonna just use him as like a normal like emoji from now on.
I love him.
Okay, we got no time. Do you want to say it or do you want me to say it?
All right. Listen, the update to our we said we were going to start a business.
We did
and
mention
we were
that
update you.
weeks ago. We did while you were still here. We had this idea that we were gonna just a little before you announce what the update is. We announced that we were like working on something. We even like delayed the podcast by a day because we were so into it for a whole day. We were bored. And we're going to use print-on-demand services and fulfillment services without using our real names or our platforms or anything like that to see if we can build a business from the ground up, knowing what we know in marketing. Can we make it work, and who can get the first sale doing a completely original idea like that? And we were working very, very hard on it for about a week.
Yes. And then we haven't updated you since, because the update is there will be no updates.
We don't want to do it anymore.
We were so we got this email yesterday, and literally yesterday we were talking about it on the phone, being like, we don't want to do this.
I'll never do that. I
don't want to do it anymore. Listen, it feels hollow. It feels like, listen, at the time we had that idea, it was the first half of quarantine. We were fucking bored, and we were
sitting
like,
at home.
let's see if we can play Monopoly in real life. It
was a fun idea, and we are passionate.
Little capitalism, real life.
We are passionate about e-commerce and things like that, and it's a lot of fun. But since then, with the riots happening, with the protests happening, with the police brutality, with the everything that's all kind of happening at once, it feels like such a hollow thing to just...
I can't think of a more meaningless thing to do.
I'll just start a business that I don't need to because I make enough money off my... I'm just going to see it. It'll be fun. I'll go on record to say there are many businesses out there, a lot of which are Black-owned. And you should be supporting those because they're probably way more passionate about that than we were going to be in this little e-commerce experiment that we were doing. There was an experiment for fun, and now it feels hollow to take people's money or to try to for just this thing, just this fucking thing that we're doing. So we're not going to do that anymore.
No,
Support
we were just
actual
like,
businesses.
Support actual business. We were like, also, why are we going to put effort into this? We'll just take that same amount of effort, put into our actual art and commerce and platforms that we actually care about.
We have these things we're passionate about already.
Yeah.
Why would I invest hours into... We were just seriously... It was middle of quarantine, bored as shit.
We were so fucking bored. We were so bored. It was... It was brought on by delirium.
That's what it was. Which is not to say that this person who's doing it for art school, that's bad or anything like that. You got to learn somehow, and this is very fun to do. I really like print-on-demand, fulfillment services, e-commerce, website building, advertising. You call it brain melting for a good reason. It fucking sucks. It'll suck all the life out of you.
It's tedious.
It's
in a kind
tedious,
of
but it's
way.
so cool. I love it so much. But, I do it. I don't do fulfillment services. We don't do print on demand for like T-shirts or anything like that. Because I always say we when it's like the Flat Sound Shop. I can't tell you how much Billy helps me in doing all that stuff, doing all of it. She helps so much.
Thank you.
Right down to like keeping me on track, and you're the reason that I even ordered more shirts recently. And boy, if I need a spreadsheet made, I couldn't. It'd be cheating if I went elsewhere.
Oh, I love a spreadsheet. I've got so many of them. I make them for fun.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah, it's not a lie.
You love a spreadsheet, and we got to work on my taxes soon. So you're gonna have a field day.
It's gonna be an absolute holiday for me. But yeah, don't take, to the person writing this email, don't take us being like, that was a stupid fucking hollow idea as being like, it's stupid or hollow for you to do it.
No,
it's
you should pursue it.
But it was only stupid for us because we didn't care about it.
We did it not out of passion.
That was what was bad about it.
But out of boredom.
Yeah.
But
Whereas you're doing it for a legitimate reason. You're gonna be learning things. You're doing it for school.
Yeah, you're in school for this.
You're gonna do it like with your own artwork and stuff. That's cool. That's a cool thing to get into. So your update is that we will not be updating, but we support you doing it, definitely.
Yeah, your update.
And anyone else who is starting, an art kind of business from nothing, because sometimes mostly people start with print on demand because you don't have to make a big investment first, a big expenditure.
Yeah, it's great.
So it's really good to start with that.
Yeah, your update is that we bought domains for nothing. We own these domains for a year and we don't need them, which is a very me thing to do. So
yes,
I do that shit all the time.
You love to collect domains.
I collect them like little Pokemon. I just love a domain. I'm one of those assholes just sitting on like 9 domains.
Yeah, they really are like Pokemon. Like you've always got just like 6 in your back pocket. You can whip out anytime.
Boom.
And then one that comes around with you in public, like Pikachu.
Right. Yeah.
That's
that
the
is
main
pretty
one.
good. To talk a little bit about, because we're already over the time, but I'm only kind of doing this to myself because I'm giving them more content. You can stop listening right now, but I'm gonna speak a little bit about print on demand services because I haven't actually talked about that in ever on the show, obviously, but I haven't really thought about it in a long time. But when you said most people start with print on demand services, even though I don't do it now, that's how the Flat Sound Shop started way back when.
Yeah,
way back when the Flat Sound Shop was just my merch was just a big cartel page that I had for free. And it was, it was like flatsound.bigcartel or something. And I had print on demand stuff. And I grew from there to the Flat Sound Shop that I have now, my own merchandise room where I have it all stored. And you don't have to start out with the quality of merch that I put out now. You can have a very legitimate, very, very cool shop. If you're only planning to maybe sell 4 shirts, do print on demand.
Yes, definitely.
And a fulfillment service, and link that in through an API, through your website, through your Squarespace, through a big cartel, so that you don't really have to do anything. Once you spend the whole week that it takes to learn it and set it all up, it's done. When you get an order, they'll get the order, they'll ship out the order, your customer gets that thing. You can even work through people who will throw in stickers for you and make it feel more personable. But old Flat Sound designs, the old do you remember the old it had flowers on the front and in white text over the flowers?
I've got a few of your print-on-demand things from way back.
Ugh, they last like shit. That's why I stopped doing it.
I've got the one with your nude on.
Oh, yeah, I do have a naked little pic of me.
Yeah.
If you zoom into it, you could see my little hog. But just the outline. It's very artistic. It's very tasteful.
It is. It's very tasteful.
Yeah, I because the cool thing about print on demand, you can just try anything. You can just upload a design.
And if no one likes that design, they won't buy it, and no harm, no foul.
Yeah, you didn't spend any money. Though I would suggest, this is my one thing, because, I can go on this forever. I could talk about this forever. And my one little thing of advice for anyone listening, the 4 people that are listening, they're like, I'm interested in this exact niche thing. I'm thinking about starting a print on demand store.
The 4 people that aren't asleep already.
Through a fulfillment service. And my one suggestion would be, do not, and this is something I always did when I had the Flat Sound Shop running through fulfillment services and stuff, do not rely solely on mock-ups. You will be tempted to, but it's always worth it to buy your own merchandise so you know what you're selling people. Buy your own merchandise and you can take actual pictures of it at home. Even a cell phone shot at home is way better than a mock-up. It pisses me off when I see these actual labels that I know have these things in stock, or just using mock-ups, just using anything like that. People want to see a picture of the actual product that they're getting. It'll help with your sales a lot, and it'll make it so you're giving a more honest product. I've bought in t-shirts so many times where the mock-up looks incredible. I get the actual shirt, it looks like shit.
Right.
Because they didn't even know what it looked like, because it's just a fulfillment service. Know what your own merchandise looks like. Stand by it. Do a test print. Consider it a test print. But test print your own stuff. You can get it from the print-on-demand places at a discount.
That's genuinely an actual piece of advice.
Look at that.
Yeah. We did it, everyone. It only took how many fucking episodes where you got a tangible bit of advice that you can actually put into practice if you're into this very niche thing.
That was the worm in my brain talking. That was me opening my mouth and the worm was talking for me.
The worm who runs the Flat Sound Shop started. The worm who co-runs it with me started talking.
My manager spoke up. Oh, this has been All the Space in Between. My name is Mitch.
My name is Billy. If you enjoyed this episode, then you can listen to this and any other ones on every podcast platform that is good. We're on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. We are on our own website where you can find every episode we've ever done, plus social links and more, which is at
allthespaceinbetween.com. And if you have a pickle, if you have a conundrum, if you want to these pickled pepper pickers to... I always try and do my own thing at the end, and that's what trips me up. I'm always trying to add something, If you have a question that you want us to answer on the show, you can send us an email, and our email is
allthespaceinbetween@gmail.com. We have new episodes every Monday. We also have a Twitter you can follow at allthespacepod. It's a bad handle, but that's where we are, and you can find us there.
Yep, that's just it. All the Space Pod on Twitter. Other than that, yeah, that's it. Like she said, new episodes every Monday. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Have a good week.
Bye.